Let's talk about how you can be engaging in your interview. Now, things to do for your scheduled interview. Make sure you go through all the resume details so you have them fresh in your mind and you're ready to answer really relatively quickly. And you've got all the basics of your research down about the company, the job, and the interviewer. And you want to make sure you have all your belongings like the copies of your resume, pen, notepad, the basic stuff so that you can show that you've planned and you're organized. Now, the other thing after that's all taken care of is your body language and your etiquette, which also speaks a lot about you. And they say that 65% of communication is body language. So this is a really important section for you to make sure that you are aware of where you're at. And if you need to improve, then to work on this so that you can show up to be your best and to be the top candidate. So here's some interview etiquette that you might want to practice. So be pleasing and enthusiastic, make appropriate eye contact, smile, and you want to make sure that you're paying attention to the situation and not thinking about other things like, did I practice enough for the interview, or am I prepared, or do I really deserve this job? You've taken care of that, you've prepared. So that shouldn't be the issue. You're focused on the situation. You're making note if they have any, like a class ring or something, like, oh yeah, where is that from? And like, is that gold? Is that platinum? So you're really developing a connection. And you want to make sure you look interested if you aren't already authentically interested. So your eyes are open, you're alert, you're present, and you're smiling. And consider your body language too. Are you upright? Are you hunched over? Are you have your hands at your side? Are you kind of nervously have your hands together like this? It's best just to practice keeping your hands at your side and maybe confidently carrying whatever binder or folder or side bag that you have and not nervously shifting and kind of going all over the place. And when you shake hands, don't do it too hard and don't do it too loose, nice and firm. And it really helps to practice this. So you can find a friend and say, let's practice shaking hands, and they can give you some feedback. And of course, eye contact is very, very important. You don't want to look too scared, and you don't want to look too overconfident. So you can even just before coming this, you can actually record yourself doing a mock interview, and you can see what your body language is like as you pretend to meet with the interviewer. Some other things are to remember is you want to understand that your body language leaves a lasting impression. It's our visual space is a huge part of how we experience the world, and our body language is part of that interaction. You want to behave confidently, so shoulders relaxed back and not hunched over. And you want to don't look too fidgety. You want just to be calm and composed. You want to practice the strong body language skills. So if you've learned how to compose yourself, just remember your practice. And you can use a mirror, or you can use a video recorder or pictures to analyze and assess your own body language. And of course, having someone give you feedback in a practice interview as well, and taking notes and improving and doing a second mock interview or a third one to see if you're making progress. And you want to show confidence in how you speak. So being prepared ahead of time, even if you haven't done everything perfectly as far as what is being said when you're practicing, at least you're giving your mind a chance to relax because you've prepared and you've exposed yourself to the scenario, and there isn't really that much to be afraid of. And don't behave like a robot, don't be too stiff, and you just want to be casual and relaxed, and don't panic. There really is nothing to be afraid of. Making communication more effectively, it's not about the communication always itself. It's actually about listening and practicing your listening skills. And if you're able to refer back to specific details that you noticed earlier, then that shows you are a good listener and actually you have good recall and you're paying attention. You want to ask thoughtful questions and have some questions prepared beforehand. At the bottom of this slide, there's some examples of questions that you can ask at an interview, and try and build connections with the interviewer. So like I mentioned before, if you notice like a class ring or something, you can ask them, oh, where did you go to high school? Where did you go to college? What is that class ring for? Is it from football? Is it from wrestling? Is it from some sport? If they happen to be a man, they might be a woman, and they might have water polo or swimming, or if they allowed women to wrestle, then she might have a ring from that too. Let's go over some questions that you can ask as far as your curiosity about the company. What does a regular day look like for someone in this position? Why do you like working here? What qualities do your successful employees have? I've really enjoyed learning about this vacancy. What are the next steps in the hiring process? And if you researched the company, you can probably think of some more specific questions as far as the goals of the company and how do you envision helping the company reach some of its main goals for 2020 or 2019 or 2021. And if you do everything right, you'll be an excellent fit and they will know you're interested and they will probably contact you, or you at least will dramatically increase the odds of being hired. So take care of your body language and convey yourself in a confident manner. All right.